We used to have them. I, for one, miss them. But what if I told you that Pokemon tales can get pretty crazy? At number 10, we have Smeargle, the cute artist doggy that can paint you like one of Jack Dawson's French girls. Smeargle's tail? Well, that's his entire livelihood. He's just a bipedal dog without it. And you might be thinking, bro, he's literally just dipped his goofy tail in some nose juice. But to counter that, I would add, what you see as snot is what Smeargle can use to copy any move in Pokemon. That's right, and Smeargle remains delightfully unapologetic. Next up for number 9, I had to give it to my boy Mega Ampharos. Now this tail is both adorable and insanely cool. Mega Ampharos literally has its inner dragon blood awakened, causing it to grow this supercharged wool tail with little red orbs in it. It's the most anime thing ever. Just a sucker for power orbs. They're just so cool. I have to say, this next entry on the list wasn't at the forefront of my mind when considering the coolest Pokemon tales. But I feel a moral obligation to talk about Spoink. This little fella evolutionarily fashioned its tail into a spring that it goes boing boing on. And if it stops going boing boing, boom! Heart failure. Think about that before you criticize my inclusion of Spoink on this list. Mega Sceptile, baby. Now this tail is an absolute menace to society. It looks illegally sharp, but then also like a tree. It's a fun little nature reference. But what really caught my eye is this red tip, steeped in the fruit juice of his enemies. It's just too metal. And this guy isn't even a steel type. Have you ever been stuck in traffic?
Don't like being stuck in traffic.
You know that feeling of lava coursing through your veins? Well, that's Primal Groudon for you. And just look at his tail. Sharp edges, crazy color palette, a dire need for anger management. Personally, I was stoked to find out that Alolan Executor had a tail like this. A literal gulpin with mint leaves glued to his head. But it's not only cute and quirky, it's also functional. Because Alolan Executor's tail actually acts as eyes on the back of its head, keeping him aware of his surroundings, while also whispering sweet nothings to him in the dead of night. Girafur has always puzzled me. I always saw his palindromic name as an indication that he can fight crime facing either direction. But just look at this tail. A fetal chain chomp that also apparently houses a small brain. But this head isn't capable of independent thought, and instead relies on things like smell in order to do its thing, almost involuntarily. If its tail smells something delish, it bites. If Girafur is sleeping, its tail alerts it to danger. Heck, the tail even houses Girafur's psychic powers. But just look at the color choices on Girafur's body. It almost looks like its tail is some kind of psychic parasite that's slowly trying to take over its host. Look at how its dark brown motif is overtaking Girafur's yellow fur. Now, this is obviously headcanon, but I can't help but think about Farigiraf. It looks almost as though the psychic parasitic tail tried to take over, got pretty far, but Farigiraf either made peace with it, or was able to maintain its own consciousness and work together with it, thereby growing even stronger. It's crazy stuff. Okay, now back to tails that just look baller. Here's Kyurem, here's Zekrom. Here's them put into Pokemon Fusion Generator. I really dig how there are blue Kool-Aid bendy straws feeding the tail. It's like those drink hats that you stick a can of soda on each side of to drink from. And it's just a really nice shade of blue. Sue me. Warren Buffett. Like Girafur, the tail is its own living thing. The blue body seems like just a puppet. It can withstand attacks and just bounce back, and it's so docile that all it ever does is just respond to aggression. Until you get to the tail. In which case, it becomes super overprotective. Now, there's some fascinating theories about how the tail might be an unknown given its color, and how Warren Buffett prefers to chill in caves because of this. All of this just adds to the mythos of this dude's tail. What kind of secrets does it hold? Now, before I show you the coolest Pokemon tail, let's take a brief saunter through some honorable mentions. Here's Mega Rayquaza. I said it before, I'll say it again. I'm a sucker for power orbs. Barraskewda. Look, it spins. Exploud. Now, some extra sound pipes are always cool. But in reality, I added this mainly to contrast it with Whismur and Loudred's, with their tails. Now, there's not much I can say here that won't get this video taken down, so just have a look, I guess. Okay, number 1. What can I say? Alolan Raichu. I just love this dude. Best regional variant. His tail is a surfboard, dude. A lightning bolt shaped surfboard. You got homage to Surfing Pikachu, an incredible design, and a pretty sick signature ability linked to it. Let me introduce you to Surge Surfer. It's kind of a niche usage. His speed doubles in electric terrain. But ask yourself, why? What's the hard science behind it? Well, he surfs on the surges and into my heart. Coolest tail in Pocket Monsters. Whew. Well, thank you very much for watching. Please leave your hate comments down below. I'll be sure to read every word of them and internalize whatever angst I come up with. See ya!
What? But I'm shook. What?
What? Come here.